Gel. Obviously, Sabah there got another shot off. He, of course, scored Egypt's goal. Razian has had a couple of efforts for Iran, of course, and well, Taremi's one effort was, of course, a missed penalty. It's a pretty good chance, of course, but not a very good penalty as Egypt win it back in the centre circle. 5 minutes and 45 to go. Don't forget, lots of stoppage time coming up, though. Asher plays a blind pass. Nice idea, but he had to give Trezeguet a little bit more time to get up in support. Played it too early, and Berenvand picks it up for Iran. Given away, though, by Azat Alahi. Again, Taremi's not helped him out there, as Mohamed Salah has it for the Pharaohs. Rides a challenge, tries to work a 1-2, challenging the D from Godos, and a second one to block the follow-up attempt from Lashin. Ricochets up to the halfway line. Egypt have it again, trying to build the momentum. Lashin very deep, slowed the pace of the game right down. Asher's playing through the middle at the moment with Trezeguet off him, so they do rotate that front four. Risk taken by Ibrahim at the back, and that's going to be in trouble. It was a heavy touch after he went round the first striker, and then he's brought down the second. He's gone into the book, and that was a yellow card of his own doing.
Yeah, it was. The substitute came on for Abdulmanem in the 14th minute, earned himself a yellow card, and as you say, all from his own fault there. It certainly is a booking. The Egypt manager, Hassam Hassan, has been animated from the very first whistle, and he clearly not agreeing with the decision making of his recently introduced centre half, but a yellow card all the same.
I'd love to play poker with him, though. I don't think he keeps his emotions in check, does he? As Iran had a free kick, but it was on the halfway line. They've actually utilised Berenvand to get it from right to left, and it's with Namati exchanging a 1-2 back inside to Ezatalahi. Now Kelazadeh goes down to the left hand side. Good ball onto the chest of Mohammadi. Controls it well, but the first pass is back. They're looking the wrong way at the moment, and in fact he did keep it in anyway. Too close to the touchline. It will be a throw in, halfway inside their own half to Egypt. I'm getting the sense that Iran want the point.
Yeah, I think so. I think for both sides they'll settle for a point after the frantic start they had. Egypt have been the more likely to score since Iran equalised, and it has been a game of ebbs and flows, but Iran on 3 points as things stand. Is that a free kick? It is. Another yellow card. I won't be surprised if we see a red card at some point. That's 4 yellow cards now inside 42 minutes, and they don't really seem to be slowing down the rate of bookings at the moment. That one against Salah, it's against the number 19 in Namati, who's had a couple of nibbles at the Liverpool man, and that one, another one that's an easy decision for the referee.
Yeah, it's just kind of obvious. Grabbed out with his arms and then clipped the legs. I might argue Salah's gone down a little bit easily, but I mean, he's not trying to hide the fact he's fouling him, is he, Namati, or trying to foul him? As Salah stands over at the free kick. They've tried to work something cleverly. I think that's Godos who's intercepted it again. He's come up with a couple of vital contributions defensively for Iran. It was a nice idea free kick off the training ground. About 90 seconds left of the 45 minutes. But there will be stoppage time. Yeah, Egypt have looked a whole lot more solid the longer this half's gone on. That's helped by the fact that Iran have rarely got too many bodies downfield. There was one moment's scare moments ago. Ibrahim almost got in possession as the last man. Picked up a yellow card. Salah's very deep at the moment. Beats a couple. The pass is square across to Rabia. And Egypt start again into the final minute, the 45. I imagine we'll get 4 minutes of stoppage time. Could be 5. Egypt not in a rush to get it forward. And at the moment, Mohamed Salah's playing at right back. Rides the challenger Mohammadi. Now he goes long towards Trezeguet. There's a clumsy challenge from Rezian, who's telling him to get up, helping him up, in fact, Trezeguet. Trezeguet, is he appealing? The referee's not interested this time. Rezian went to get up early. You might suggest he's gone into his back. Trezeguet's not been strong. It's weird though, because he has given a couple of soft ones in my opinion.
Yeah, he has. That one outside the box notably as well, so less controversy perhaps than the penalty decision for Iran. I think the referee, because it is outside the box, has had a bit of a cop out there by not giving it, because if it's inside the box, you know, he either gives it or not, and there's probably a lengthy VAR check. 5 minutes added on at the end of this first half. First half that has been all action from start to finish. No goals in the last 30 minutes really, but we're not going to complain too much, because for a 4 AM kickoff there's not been bad drama.
Egypt with some defending to do. Ibrahim across to stop Taremi. He struggled to get involved. He did of course win a penalty and miss it, but they can't get the ball to him at the moment. He has won a throw in relatively high up the pitch. The last long throw attempt from Namati though wasn't the best. He's going to give it another go. 5 minutes of stoppage time, but we're close to a minute completed of it. And Zade has gone ahead of the near post. There's a bit of shirt pulling. He's then taken it short, and that looked a foul throw, but there was an option, Godos. Now it's with Namati, who puts in a left-footed cross. Not a bad one. Keeper comes, doesn't get there. The header one, it goes wide of the post. There were defenders on the line. He might well have cleared it had it been on target, but Shabir had to go an awful long way to get there. Didn't reach it, and that's got to go down as Iran chance.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of pointers there. I agree. I think it's probably a foul throw. There's also an offside shout for when the cross comes in, but it's come off the head in the end there of Kalaizadeh, who's up there. Taremi also jumping forward, but it's the number 4, the central centre half, that wins the contact. Terrible goalkeeping from Chaubert. Neither goalkeeper have come themselves in much glory, aside from the penalty save from the Egyptian keeper, who since saving the penalty has not really had fortune in his favour. Could have had 4 goals in this first half. We've had 2. Without a chance for Iran, who haven't really created anything since equalising. Yeah,
I would suggest, bearing in mind, Lionel Messi got a penalty at the last World Cup when a keeper didn't get to a ball and touched his head with his glove. Now, Shabir has touched the head of Khalilzadeh. His header went wide of the target. I think Messi in 22 went over the bar, and there was a penalty given. VAR, whether they've decided it was too soft, I don't know, but they haven't given a penalty. It wasn't obvious they were looking at it anyway, as time ticks in stoppage time, about halfway through the 5 minutes. I thought that was a brilliant cross from Namati. I was thinking they'd overplayed a long throw, and then he's asking Namati to sprint and deliver a ball full pelt, and it was absolutely perfect. Arcing away from the keeper, found the head of his defensive teammate, who perhaps didn't meet it with conviction. Was that because there was a fist in his face? It's difficult to tell, but Egypt largely have had the better of things up to a point. It's just the end product at the moment for Egypt. They're on the attack down the left-hand side. Haney's gone down in the box, told to get up, I think, by the officials. Salah's kept it alive. It's worked out of the area now, but still on the attack. Lashing out to Salah into Ashur, but the layoff from him was telegraphed, intercepted. Taremi turns, he's got nobody ahead of him. The red shirt's around him, coughs up possession. The white shirt's very deep at the moment. A little over a minute and a half of stoppage time to go. Egypt on the attack. Trezeguet feeding it over to Abel Fetou. Back inside. Salah, very central position at the moment. 35 yards out. Squares to Lashin, out to the right touchline. And Haney with a delivery towards the near post. Headed clear by Kilazade. Straight back to Haney. Egypt still pushing. There's about a minute left. Shot comes in from 30 plus yards out. Immediate hand up and apology, because that was not a good strike and a little bit of a waste. I'm not sure if that was Ibrahim actually, but a bit of a waste. No, it's Saba. He's had another attempt at goal, but that was too far out.
Yeah, that one is third shot of the game, and only really one has been of quality. That was one that ended up in the back of the net inside 5 minutes, and the two from distance, both going a distance wide of the frame of the goal as well, guided by Beerenvand, who has had his blushes spared after his early mistake to concede the goal from Saber. But it looks as though that will be that into the chances at the end of this first half. Just 30 seconds off the 5 add on to play. A long frame comes in down the line looking for Taremi, who will flick it up there. Egypt with bodies back to try and defend. It looks like it's the goalkeeper, but a last ditch challenge from Rabia clears down the line. Back now with the side in white of Iran. Ball down the line, held up by Mohabi. Inside it goes, then flicked over the top looking for Goros. He won't get there, Mohabi might. Haney gets there, then Mohabi try and get underneath it. That'll go out of play for a throw into Iran. This will be the last chance of the half.
Could be a long throw. Namati's coming forward to take it. It's not the best long throw, but time's running out. He's taking his time. Doesn't want to take too long. Into the 6th minute of stoppage time. He's now put a bit of a sprint on. The referee's probably had a word. This is likely to be the last attack. The referee's pointing at, for a moment, I thought he'd blown for half time. But no, just pointing at the jostling in the box. Delivery is in towards the near post. It's a bit too high for the man in white, and then it's hacked away by the man in red. And that is the half-time whistle. At the break, it's Egypt 1, Iran 1.
Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Beerenvand in goal and was not cleared by Kilazade on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Beerenvand in goal and was not cleared by Kilazade on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Beerenvand in goal and was not cleared by Kilazade on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Beerenvand in goal and was not cleared by Kilazade on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Beerenvand in goal and was not cleared by Kilazade on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close-range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalajdzadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. A good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den goal and was not cleared by Kalazadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Half-time in this Group G clash, and it's been an all-action first half, especially inside the opening 14 minutes when we saw 2 goals and a missed penalty. Egypt opened scoring with Saber. His close range effort went through the legs and hands of Biren van den Goal and was not cleared by Kalaisadeh on the line. A quick response then from Iran, who got a penalty via Taremi, who then missed, but his blushes were spared after another shot converted by their 36-year-old fullback Razayan. Good finish from close range gave them parity once more. Half-time 1-1 between Egypt and Iran.
I'll leave that right there, actually. I'm almost back underway for this second half of action in Group G. Goals are plenty inside the first half, or 3 across this game between
Egypt and Iran, and Belgium, New Zealand. It's one apiece in our game. Belgium leading New Zealand a goal to nil. So as it stands in the group, Egypt will top it on goal difference with 5 points. Belgium in second, also on 5. Iran likely through in third place on 3 points with 0 goal difference. New Zealand finishing bottom. But 1-1, 2 goals inside 40 minutes and a missed penalty to top it all off. We're back underway for this second half. As well, James May joined by Rob Eddy. I think, Rob, we saw a first half full of action at the beginning. It sort of fizzled out. A very stop-start end to this first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal basically kick-started Iran into just aggression going forward. They've got to get back in it. They won a penalty. They were pressing hard the field. They scored a goal. But once they got back on terms, it was just the feeling that they were second best. I know that Bear and Van didn't have too much to do other than the hash he made of Egypt's goal, but I just thought Egypt were a little bit better. And I don't think Iran are committing to going forward. Perhaps we shouldn't be surprised, because a draw, this score might just sneak them through. A cross comes in from the right hand side. That's not too far away from Taremi. They're still on the attack, Iran.
They are indeed. Mohammadi with the ball inside, hasn't fallen for anyone in particular. The shot comes in from the edge of the area, that one over the bar. The changes made at half time as well. Let's come for them in a second. It was Ataya and Marmouche to come on for Egypt. Off went the goal scorer Saber and Ashore, and then on came Hardani for Iran in place of Kanani, who was on a yellow card. So 2 players on a booking, one being the goal scorer for Egypt. Both depart. 47 played is Egypt 1, Iran 1 in this independent off-Tuesday-based commentary of the FIFA World Cup. The ball breaks for Iran down the right-hand side for the goal scorer Razayan, but he can't keep it in play. Of course, Iran managed this morning, for UK listeners, by Amir Galaneri. They're having a decent go of things in this finale for the group. Ball breaks up towards Trezeguet, but he won't get there. We have seen, of course, Marmouche come on. We'll see how that alters the attack, because Marmouche, I think, for Egypt has played a lot as a number 9 than number 7. He's on the ball here. Good first touch. He's fouled there, or apparently not, according to the referee. It was 2 substitutes clashing. Hardani, I think, fouling Marmouche, but the referee happy to wave that on. Now, did the previous game of the World Cup kicking off at 1 o'clock, that being Uruguay and Spain, the referee in that game, I think, made a bit of a meal of things. Gave out, of course, a red card with the last action of the game. A fair few yellow cards in that one, but also let a lot of stuff go, and that really spoilt things, because it ended in a few brawls towards the end of the game. If we're going to see similar here, because a lot's been given as quite harsh yellow cards and free kicks, and a lot's been let go as well. Whether that will catalyse further clashes, we'll have to wait and see, as a long ball for Egypt is ambitious, and the ambition is not followed up by any sort of quality. That runs through to the goalkeeper for Iran. Biren Van had a horror start to the game. The goal from Saber going through his arms and legs, and then it was failed to be cleared on the line by Khalizadeh. He's sort of made amends and has kept things fairly tidy, though hasn't been called into a lot of action. Ball now with Marmouche. Cute ball inside towards Trezeguet. That'll break on the far side. Ball comes in looking for Salah. Won't find him. Good touchdown out the back there for Iran. Mohammadi called into action, but it's gone back to Egypt with Salah on the ball. Captain tries to cut inside, looking for that cross across field, and it's a shot coming in from Marmouche. Good first time effort, sort of hit it into the ground. In fact, it's Trezeguet, I apologise, hits it into the floor. And that one, an easy save in the end there for Biren Van, but he did fairly well, I think, given the context there.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the pass is pretty good, but I don't like the static defending from Iran. They've got so many bodies back. Should there be a pass into the box and a free shot? Slightly miscued, not easy because it's on the half volley. You might think if it'd been on the volley, it could have been a slightly better chance, which doesn't necessarily make much sense. But because he just bounced in front of him, he kind of dragged it into the ground. He's hit the target, he's forced the save. But again, I'm just not convinced by this Iran defence. The New Zealand game, didn't think they were very good. They've managed to somehow keep Egypt at bay, but I think Marmouche's introduction, as much as I liked some of the things Ashore was doing, he wasn't really in the box. I think Marmouche is going to be in and around the box, threatening goals, so that might be a problem for Iran, but they're actually getting bodies forward themselves.
Taremi over to the left-hand side for Mohabi. trying to fashion some room for a cross, but he's been crowded out there. Good defending from Egypt in the end. A tackle coming in from Ibrahim, who is on a yellow card. He was introduced as an enforced change from Abdel Monem, who went down injured in the 16th minute. Belgium have gone 2-0 up, by the way. Trossard at the double. It's looks as though Belgium, if they score another, will draw level with Egypt on goal difference. There's a scrappy goal from Trossard to add to his first scrappy goal of the game, but Belgium in cruise control. These two sides far from it. There's the score still 1 apiece, 1-1. 50 minutes gone in this independent off-studio-based commentary of the FIFA World Cup Group G action. The finale of the group. Ball runs through to Biren van den goal for Iran.
Yeah, I think this game's set up though for Egypt. A, I think they're better. B, the jeopardy isn't there. Let's not forget they don't win at a World Cup, so to qualify for the knockout stages is obviously the next big step. They've executed that. So now they're playing with a bit of freedom. They wouldn't have expected to necessarily win the group anyway. Whereas Iran, if they concede a goal, you know, they could be going home. So I think the benefit is with Egypt. It's just a question of how much they want it.
Well, as you mentioned, Egypt notoriously not great at World Cups. They went ahead for the first time in a World Cup in their opening game against Belgium, Shaw with the goal there, and then were able to beat New Zealand fairly comfortably. It came from behind in that game. So they've only led, scoring first in one game so far, followed by this one as well, but both goals cancelled out so far. Shot comes in from Trezeguet, that one blocked at source, corner kick to come. A good chance breaking for the former Aston Villa man. Again, did well given the circumstances. It was a tight angle. Maybe if that block doesn't come in, it's in the back of the net. But a corner kick for Egypt.
But again, you look at the attack, and there's one player that that Salah can find, and he's found him. There's one player in the box, and he's picked him out, and he's had a shot. The defending is not good enough. It's a good block in the end to get in the way, but he shouldn't have been allowed to get there in the first place.
Corner kick comes in from Salah. It's a free header at the back post there. Not converted from close range. I think it was Lachine, the number 17, who gets closest to it. There's a man down as well. Free Egypt holding the back of his head. I think the two players clash into each other there. They do. It was Lachine with the header, and it was the number 2 again, Ibrahim, who was on the receiving end of a headbutt from his teammate. Oh, there's not more contact in it, to be honest. You might well think that he's taken a knock off a player in white, but he hadn't. Chance there for Egypt. They've had 3 now at the start of this second half, and again, Sam Hassan, the Egypt manager, is an emotional wreck in the dugout for Egypt. He's gone to give a cuddle to his assistant manager there after that shot was put inches wide. And Egypt back on the ball now. They certainly are asserting a level of authority not seen before in this game. Ball over to the right hand side for Zico. It's prodded away by Mahabi, and ran up against it as well. Again, this is following a similar pattern to how the first half began. We just haven't seen a goal. As the ball now inside to Lachine. Now backwards with Rabia. Over towards the left-hand side for Ibrahim. Now into the feet of the half-time substitution, Attaya. His ball forward, really claimed at all by Iran. It was into the feet of the goal scorer Razayam. Gives it away. Forward again comes Lachine. Egypt on the up, but that's a poor touch there from Salah. Quickly on the chases, Lachine gives it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Egypt certainly the more dominant side at the moment and looking the more likely of the two sides to score. That being said, perhaps they've used up all the excitement, both teams, in the opening exchanges. There haven't really been many clear-cut chances for either, but Egypt have had a couple, both falling the way of Trezeguet, who combining with Marmouche is now playing on the left-hand side. And Marmouche has not really touched the ball since coming on. That ball will, well, I thought it would break for a man in red, but in fact the free kick given against Trezeguet, the man just mentioned, for a foul on the Iranian number 2 in Hardani. Came on at half-time for Kanani, and a straight swap in that back 5 in defence. Ball now for Birenvand after Iran played the free kick quickly but short into the feet of Khalizadeh. Back to Birenvand, and Iran at a bit of a standstill at the moment, a bit of an impasse, trying to go long. They have been doing that all game, looking for the target man in Taremi, and plenty of action down the wings as the flick on head has been coming in from their captain, but they've not really created much along the ground, so to speak. There's a coming together between two players. The referee going to blow for a free kick. He is. I don't think Iran are any the wiser. In fact, play will go on for an advantage. Well played by the referee. Shot comes in from the edge of the area, charged down quickly, and then cleared The referee now does bring things to a stop. I think he's going to give the free kick, or he might have paused for a head injury. Zico, the man that's down in a heap. And more stop-starting. This game stalling ever so slightly. Zico complains. We'll see a replay of it. I think he clashed with Taremi. And the two just running into each other. I'm not sure there's a foul either way for me.
No, it's difficult how you're going to give a free kick there, and he didn't. It's because Zico stayed down. I mean, I don't think it's a foul either way, but I think Zico's worried that he's going to get penalised because Taremi's stooping to head it, and he's going to kick it. It's not like the Germany situation, but they neither made contact with the ball with the body part they're intending to, and of course they clattered into each other. So I think it's just going to be a restart. And, yeah, Iran have got possession from the throw-in that Egypt gave back to them. I mean, they have got bodies forward on occasion, Iran. It's just not sustained. You look at Egypt, and when they're getting the bodies forward, bodies arrive, they can knock it around, they can pick and choose. Hardani's just given the ball away, although having no support whatsoever is Marmouche. And then Marmouche, surrounded by white shirts, has actually committed the foul, says the referee. Yeah, I don't like what the referee's doing, to be honest. I thought other games, a lot has been let go, a lot, and yet nothing's been let go in this one.
No,
at all.
It's been very stop-start, hasn't it? Marmouche hung out to dry a bit by his teammates. He was in a 1 versus 3, charging into the box, and as Rob says, gives the ball away and then overexerts himself in the challenge. Substitution for Egypt coming up. It's going to be Zizou to come on, and it's Mohamed Salah to depart. 56-minute cameo from the Liverpool winger. And for a player of his stature, I mean, he's coming off the back of a disappointing season, really. You can argue maybe the legs have gone a bit, but he's not really had the impact desirable by his standards, nor by the standards of the Egyptian coaching staff, nor fans. He departs in a substitution just shy of the hour mark, and not a memorable performance for him.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad one necessarily. He's picked out a couple of passes. Obviously, Trezeguet, the beneficiary of both of them, didn't quite get the shot he wanted. There is also the idea that you keep him fresh for the next round. They're going through, and he's had a little run out. I don't think Iran have made it easy for him. I personally don't think he's been subbed for anything other than round of 32's coming up.
Bit of a gamble there, played by Beerenvand once again, lost it over to the left-hand side, but a good touchdown in the end from Mohammadi, who had to battle to keep the ball in play, to stop him going out from a corner kick. His goalkeeper not helping him out. There's a slice in the middle of the park, and it's worked out favourably for Iran. It came off Ezetolahi and found fortuitously the feet of his centre-half in Namati. Iran on the ball at the moment, trying to force the issue on the right-hand side, but again a loose ball, and Iran look a shadow of the side we saw in the first half, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're really struggling. I think they might have changed formation to a back four. Hardani, okay, you could argue he's filling in the same position, but for me he's a lot wider, and Rezan hasn't come back to help him out at all. So I think they might have switched formation. I don't know whether that's because they thought it wasn't working. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. It was Rezan who just gave the ball away there, and Egypt have possession back. It's around 60-40 possession stats. Zizou's the target. In fact, it's Trezeguet running down the left channel. Wins the header, but he's actually headed out for a throw-in. Couldn't quite get there. Yeah, Egypt looked the better side to me, but at the moment, they're just lacking that killer final pass.
Yeah, it looks as though Golos has gone up alongside Taremi to form a two up top, with then a midfield triangle of Ezetolahi and Gorbani in the middle, with Rezaian pushing up to the right-hand side. As Rob says, maybe a back four being played with Hardani, who is a natural fullback, taking his place at right back. Now a chance for Iran, can't get out his feet, it's Taremi. There's a coming together with Godos and a man in red. A free kick goes the way of Egypt. There are two players rolling down like it's the Battle of the Somme, but I think the free kick goes the way of the Egyptian. In the end there, it's Ibrahim who's gone down. Godos on the ball, and again, momentum carries him into the Egyptian number 2. Again, the game starts, and another free kick given. It was promising that from around the kid on the left-hand side. Taremi needed to slip in goals with a better ball. He couldn't find it. It was blocked by Rebia. Then, as mentioned, Ibrahim on the end of a clattering. And Again, a lengthy stoppage. Not what we want to see.
Yeah, I think Iran have actually caused some problems when they put a press on, forced a quick turnover. Again, I don't think that's a foul either way, but when both players are claiming they're injured, it doesn't make it easy for the referee. He's obviously picked a side, and both players are up and free to continue. But I think when they put the press on, Egypt sometimes play themselves into trouble, get caught out, offer Iran an opportunity to attack. But if Iran aren't putting the press on, Egypt are just doing what they want, and eventually it'll end up with a shot. There's a real contrast to how Iran play this game. Of course, they might leave themselves more exposed if they do put a press on, because they don't want to lose. Egypt can afford to lose, Iran can't. And I think Iran are playing the second half, for me at least, as though they definitely would snap somebody's hand off if they were given 1-1 right now.
Yeah, indeed. I think Mamouche added in as a variable with his pace in behind means that Iran are being a little bit more conservative than they were before with the press. There's a lovely ball up to Taremi, but he can't bring it down, just lost sight of it over his left shoulder. And that's brought away by the Egyptian defence. Good shimmying from Lachine. Gets away from Taremi, who's really isolated up top. I mentioned Golos is the nearest player to him at all times, but even then, there's a good 30 yards between the pairs. Now forward comes Trezeguet on the left-hand side. Has he got the legs still in to get the ball? He does. Keeps it in play, knocks it backwards. It's into Fatou, trying to find feet. And Lachine over the centre of the park, knocks it back into Rabia. Across it goes now to find the feet of Attaya. So Egypt have made 4 changes. 3 of them have been optional, one being enforced, the introduction of Yasser Ibrahim inside 15 minutes after the injury to Abdelmonem. Here is Trezeguet, trying to fashion room for a cross, gets a 1-2, it could fall kindly for someone on the edge of the area, the shot coming in there. But the most recent change, Zizou blocked it, it'll be a corner kick, first I believe of this second half, and Zizou not really been involved too much in attack, there gets his moment. Not a bad effort, good play from Trezeguet. I think he's probably been the best player on the pitch as the former Premier League winger. Zizou's effort there, blocked at source over the bar narrowly. And he'll take the corner as well. Will the Egyptian number 25, 62 minutes gone, Egypt want to run one. And a right-footed in-swinging ball to come in this finale of Group G in the FIFA World Cup. Cross comes in, Birivan claims easily. Not a great delivery by any means. And the Iranian goalkeeper, who's had an up and down tournament in between the sticks for Iran, conceded 3 goals prior to this, now 4. He will clear long. Belgium still winning by 2 goals against New Zealand. That will push them into second place ahead of Iran, who are on 3 points as things stand. A goal for Egypt, which doesn't seem to be a unfeasible idea, would be catastrophic for Iran's chances of progressing. It's a bit of a stick or twist situation, isn't it, for Iran? You know, do they go for the win and risk conceding? Do they settle for the draw with hopes that gets them through in 3rd place? I mean, they're on paper a decent side, ranked 20th in the FIFA rankings prior to the tournament. They're playing as a side ranked much lower against an Egypt side, 9 places ahead of them in the rankings, who are coming for the victory. Sat at the top of the group as things stand. Mamouche is taken out by Shoja. That a free kick and an easy one for the referee to give. He was all over the Manchester City man and then commits the foul. Mamouche cleverly steps across him and a free kick given.
Yeah, I'm not convinced again that he's stepping across and then there's an element of contact. I think Iran's problem is they're so worried about conceding that they're defending too deep in too many numbers. There isn't 2 banks of 4, there's 1 bank of 8. And you saw from the last attack, it was partially cleared. Somebody's free inside the box as the ball is angled towards the far post. That was brilliantly kept alive. Turned away at the near post for a corner. That was a brilliant run in behind to keep it in place. Hooked it back on the slide into a dangerous area. Iran just had enough bodies at that near post. Might have been Lachine who got there, but couldn't quite find the teammate. You can't blame him for not finding the teammate. The fact he kept it in brilliantly was good enough. Another corner. To me, the pressure's mounting. Egypt are going to score at some point.
Corner comes in. Trezeguet climbs highest, but a white shirt beats him to it now. Iran can come on the counter. So with Taremi, he's against 7, and he loses to the first man. Has he won a free kick? The referee I think says no, and I think free kick's on Egypt's way. In fact, there were 4 players down, 3 of them in red. Taremi's again down with an injury. I don't think we've had 5 minutes of free-flowing football at any point in this game. It was quite fun in a novel sort of way inside 50 minutes. There were 2 goals and a penalty. It's getting less fun now at 5:30 in the morning UK time. The free kick goes Egypt's way, and I think you're right, Rob. The pressure for Egypt is certainly mounting. They're penning Iran really deep, and as you mentioned, whether it's a back 5, a back 4, whatever it is in defence, it's really deep, and as a result, it's just meant that they've struggled to get out at any point. Belgium have gone 3-0 up, by the way, in their game against New Zealand. It's Kevin De Bruyne with a goal to put them 3 to the good in that game, as Egypt have the ball on the left-hand side. Shoja for Iran diverts it behind, and Trezeguet now on the ball for the Egyptians. As things stand, I believe they're now level, are Egypt and Belgium, on goal difference. Belgium do go top of the group as things stand, having scored, conceded 1 less goal. I'm not sure how that works, if not alphabetical, in terms of the hierarchy of the group now.
Yeah, it's excuse me, ball into the box, just in behind, scrambled away by Iran. I mean, yeah, Iran are playing dangerous game. Egypt, for me, I think are going to win at some point. I felt a bit sorry for Iran because Taremi was on the counter. He's got no support, and bearing in mind, I didn't think Marmoush should have got a free kick. Marmoush put a forearm into the back of Taremi and pushed him. He pushed him into a teammate. Now, how it was given as a free kick to Egypt is just quite ridiculous. The referee, for me, is not reffing sensibly, and it's just leading to a little bit more frustration for Iran. At the moment, I would say that Beren Van hasn't had too many saves to make, but the danger signs are there. They're popping up. Trezeguet, we didn't think he's had a good game. He's had 4 or 5 shots. You know, he's got into dangerous positions. They're too static. They're too scared at the moment, I think. Iran, they're defending. It's not 2 banks of 4, the old low block. It's 1 bank of 8 and Taremi downfield, and it's just inviting trouble. There's too much time left.
There is indeed. Ball over now for Lachine, who's been the fulcrux of the midfield for Egypt, especially in this second half. A bit of a quiet first half, but it's come to life now. He's on the ball again. 67 minutes gone. We're due for a hydration break by my timings. Ball knocked inside for Egypt though in the meantime. I assume the next time the ball goes out of play will be a hydration break. Change has also been made by Egypt. Godos has departed, and on comes Moglahanu. It's now forward come Egypt, shot comes in, it's deflected. The goalkeeper there, Birenvan at full stretch, didn't need to be. Marmoushi's shot deflected off the back of one player in white. It all happened very quickly, but he wrestled the ball away from 3 there. Gets past a 4th, the strike coming in, glanced off the back there of Rabia, I think, and a good effort from Marmoush, who looks to just be growing into things.
Well, he's fresh, isn't he? He's come on a second half substitute. We know he's got some skills, perhaps didn't always showcase it every game for Manchester City. The hydration break has been taken. He's going to resume then the game with a corner to Egypt. This is probably, for me at least, I mean, I don't agree with the hydration breaks, but there's 3 minutes for Ame Galanoe to get some fresh instructions into his team. He might be happy with the way it's going. I can't believe he would be. He might be, you never quite know, but there's no stopping Egypt at the moment. Yes, they're not smashing at the door. Beren Van's not overworked, but it's all Egypt possession. It's all in the Iran half, and it's problematic for a side that cannot afford to lose. I think they've got to offer a counter. They've got to remind Egypt that they might concede a goal. Otherwise, they're just going to get pushed back and back, and there's still a quarter of the game left. So I think it's risky. Maganlu, I think, started the first game alongside Taremi against New Zealand. That's a game that didn't necessarily work out, but so I guess it's an attacking move. Although I would argue Godos has probably had the biggest engine in the Iran side. He's been kind of all over the place. So is that sort of energy going to be filled?
Well, I think that because they've gone to a two up top, Golos was playing out of position. They've brought on now a recognisable striker in Muglahanu, who plays football for Al Ittihad Kalba, who play in the United Arab Emirates division. So maybe that's just a two up top, more recognisable structure for them to play the long balls too. But I'm no expert, but we have surpassed the halfway point of the second half, so I'll hand over to Rob now to take us through to full time.
Yeah, Iran, as things stand, would be the 6th best finisher of the third places. That is, of course, with 2 groups to finish off tomorrow, one of which is England's, of course. They're completing their group stage against Panama, Croatia and Ghana, of course, in the other match. Perhaps more pertinent to, I guess, sides outside the top 8, Scotland. Algeria could, of course, go into that top 8 depending on their result. Other sides might come out. Who knows? Ghana might hammer Croatia and then Croatia drop out. So still things to sort out, but the options are becoming fewer by the game, obviously. We're about to resume the final quarter of the contest. 71 minutes ticking over right now. And it's going to be a corner to Egypt, 1-1.
Indeed, Egypt pushing on for a winner that would see them top the group ahead of Belgium, who drew their opening 2 but are winning 3-0 against New Zealand and top the group on alphabetical order. Ball inside, free header. It's misplaced header there, coming in from the number 5, Rabaya, for Egypt at the back, who found himself in a very unusually advanced position for a centre-half there on the edge of the 6-yard box, but he just skewed off the top of his forehead. Behind, but forward now comes Trezeguet, Egypt's brightest spark in this game, feet on across the ground but blocked at source by Kalezadeh. Again, Trezeguet growing in stature. He's had 4 shots, I believe, in this game, as Rob mentioned, and has come the closest outside of the goal scorers already to have scored a third.
Yeah, second half, one-way traffic at the moment. I'll give you the stats for them in a moment, but Egypt are on the attack, as I'm saying that. Marmouche is bringing it well away from a dangerous area, and it's back on the halfway line. Atia takes it off Ibrahim out to the right hand side, and Hani down the line. There's a coming together. Who's fouled who? Looks like the assistant referee feels that Zico has fouled Mohammadi, so it's a free kick to Iran. And Ibrahim, is he sprinting off? He needs to change his jersey. Actually, he's sprinting off to get a new jersey. Quick line on the possession stats then, 72-28 Egypt in the second half. 5 shots to 2, only one of which has been on target. They've had 4 corners to 0. I mean, XG 0.39 to 0.09, so everything from an offensive viewpoint is in Egypt's favour. Time is, of course, ticking. Here come Iran, ball hopefully hooked over his shoulder by Taremi towards the edge of the box, smashed away by Egypt. It's probably the first bit of defending Egypt have had to do for a fair old while. Obviously, the other game very much one-sided as well, but reflected on the scoreboard. Belgium 3-0 up, a result that would take them above Egypt. Do Egypt want to push for the winner even more? Not 100% sure. They are about to make another change in a moment, but it's actually Iran in possession on the halfway line, admittedly. Mahabi, slightly different position after the rotations. Good ball, good idea with a pass out towards Rezian, but it was just arcing into the path of Abdul Fetu. He intercepts, and then the challenge comes in from Gorbani. It's a foul, and Egypt have possession back with 16 minutes of the 90 to go. Looking at those second half shots, 4 of them have been inside the box. 4 of 5 shots from Egypt have been inside the box. So if these things aren't worrying to Iran, I guess they're quite calm about things. I think it's one-way traffic as it's Iran crossing it in from the right-hand side with Hardani. It's possibly the first time he's got in the Egypt half. It's headed away just inside the area. Now he's a little bit out of position. It's Trezeguet's gone long towards the edge of the box, but I don't think Marmoush thrives on long balls like that. It's cushioned back into the arms of Berenvand. Iran have possession back. I keep talking about Iran sucking up the pressure and inviting it on them, but obviously time's ticking. Not that long to go. It's very easy to sit here and say be more attacking. My World Cup future isn't dependent on this result.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we've had a fairly uninteresting second half, but it is still very much in the balance. You know, if Egypt want to go for the win, they can end up either topping the group or finishing third as forward now come Iran.
Harvey down the right hand side, ball in towards the near post. It's just, oh, out comes the keeper again. He's beaten to it. I think it was the defender got it to the edge of the box. It's Mohammadi trying to jink his way through. He's half tackled. Shot comes in from 25 yards out. Lacked a bit of power as much as anything. Threaded in towards the left hand side, looking for Taremi. Hacked away. Panic stations at the back all of a sudden. Long ball. That's good defending in fairness to Ibrahim, I think it was. He stopped Taremi back and into him. Taremi won the header, but he's not controlled, and it's glanced off the top of his head, gone behind for a goal kick. All of a sudden there's panic station. Zico is making way for Egypt. He's going to be replaced for the last 14 minutes or so, plus stoppage time. And Hamza Abdul Karim coming on in his stead. What do you make of the change?
Well, they've gone for youth, haven't they? 18 years old, Hamza Abdul Karim plays his football at Barca Athletic, where he's on loan from Al Ahly. So the Barca youth side. And he'll be up top for the final 15 minutes or so. So they're clearly feeling comfortable at Egypt. They want to go for the win to top the group, but they're also evidently not really too bothered about whether they get that winning goal or not. You know, they are through. They were through realistically before the ball was kicked, as the ball comes in for the back post. It was almost Abdul Karim to get on the end of it, but Iran certainly the side who are having to hang on a little bit after that couple of flurries of chances.
Razian plays it down the line. Taremi's trying to hold it up. He does it well enough. They still have possession, Iran, but they are still inside their own half. That's a good switch of play if Mohammadi can get there. He can't. Vital interception, a good one from Haney. The counter is on. Actually getting to his feet very quickly with Zizo there. Defender won a ball. You don't see that too often. He's almost admitted the defender won the ball. Egypt recover on the halfway line. A little over 12 minutes of the 90 to go. It's 1-1, and at the moment both sides have got a chance of the knockouts. Both sides, of course, Egypt would be there if it stayed 1-1, albeit in second, not first, at the start of the game. And Iran have a goal difference that is a little bit better than others, and they would be in that top 8 as things stand. But if the game finishes like that, we'll find out. There's still plenty of time left. Don't forget there'll be a little bit of added time. There's 12 minutes of the 90. I can't imagine there'd be less than 5 or 6. It remains 1-1, the equaliser in the 14th minute. Between the two goals, the first came in the 5th. There was a missed penalty. But actual clear-cut chances have not been as often as I thought they might be. Egypt perhaps lack the intensity of their attacks. The way they knock it around and have possession, and the threats of people like Marmoush, you just think they're going to create something. They just haven't done enough with it. And Iran sort of hanging on. They're countering now, though, as Taremi picks it up. He's got options to his right. He just forced Moganlu a little bit wide. Shooting opportunity gone, but Rezayan has it in support. Egypt have got plenty of bodies back behind the ball, and Iran are working it all the way towards the halfway line. That's a terrible pass from Hardani, and it might be a foul or more trouble for Mahabi, but the referee is trying to play an advantage, as that could be a foul. Marmoush brought down. Yellow card brandished. And that was Iran playing it safe, going away from the danger area, back to the halfway line. Hardani, terrible pass, they're exposed. And there could have been more than one yellow card.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of fouls in there. Marmoush driving forward, gets the wrong side of Hardani, who brings him down. It's soft, but it is probably a yellow card and a free kick because of the position and the precarious nature of how Marmoush was advancing towards goal. yeah, still it's Egypt looking on the ascendancy and looking more likely to score.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the referee there, because as I say earlier on, that's exactly the challenge Marmoush did on Taremi. No foul. But interesting. Ball down the channel, looking for Abdel Fettah, who's getting forward very often. Certainly more so in the last 15 and perhaps the rest of the game. He's offering that width down the left-hand side. The pass to him this time is a little bit overhit, and he's behind for a goal kick, and that clock continues to tick. 10 minutes left of the 90, plus stoppage time, 1-1. And at the moment, Iran hanging on to a top 8 third place. Obviously, you would think at this late stage, even with both sides' defences, a goal now as a winner, it's just more likely to be Egypt that score it. And that's another giveaway. Maganlu this time. A simple layoff towards the halfway line is misplaced. Rezayan is winning it back though, and he might have been clobbered by Trezeguet. He's got back to his feet, and now they're trying to play the advantage, and then he didn't quite wrap his foot around it. I like the intention, but he's got one person in the box to aim for, and of course he hit his cross.
Well, he's missing it so badly, it might even go down as a shot from Rezayan, because it was only a yard or so from finding the top corner of Shobir's goal. So yeah, Iran haven't really threatened at all the Egypt goal in the second half. It's been a really differing performance from them in the first and second halves. You know, since going behind 5 minutes into the game, they were excellent in the first half. I thought, in showing intensity and urgency to try and get back level. Got back level within 10 minutes of going behind, and then really pushed on. I thought the game plan of playing it up to Taremi was working. Egypt has clearly found a way to combat that, because they've frozen Iran's number 9 out of the game, their captain. And it's been a real battle for Iran to create anything of open play.
They've got a problem, Egypt. I mentioned Abdel Fettah, who's offering a real outlet down the left-hand side. He's gone down, he sat down, and he was clutching the back of his left hamstring. I wouldn't say he was screaming in pain, but he might know his hamstring's gone. I don't want to tempt fate. I'm not pretending I'm a doctor. The problem for Egypt is they've made 5 subs, and he's coming over to the touchline. Again, he's clutching the back of his hamstring. I mean, that's a massive fillip for Iran if he's injured and he can't run, because he was a real outlet down the left. Not only that, it means Egypt might be down to 10 men. That would be unfortunate for Egypt. An absolute bonus out of nowhere for Iran.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the onus maybe shifted onto Iran to try and find a late winner in order to further secure qualification from the group. At the moment, it looks like they might sneak through, but you never know. They've given the ball away though. Egypt now back on the ball. Trezeguet again being found. He's probably the most touches of anyone for Egypt in this game so far. Ball backwards once more. And, yeah, 7 minutes to go. This game's slightly petering out.
Yeah, Trezeguet is actually playing at left back at the moment, filling in for Abdel Fettah. We haven't seen return to the action just yet. There's another terrible pass by Iran. They can't keep hold of the ball. I'm seriously thinking panic setting in for the men in white. And now it's Egypt on the attack. Marmoush with a ball into the box. It's a brave header, fast stick from Namati, because he was going to get jumped into by Zizou, as it's worked out by Iran. They're looking for an option to clear, and it's all very tentative at the moment. That's another risky pass. It leads to a challenge that they lose, and a shot comes in from Lashin. Dragged it wide from about 20 yards out near post. Iran are trying to be too clever for their own good.
They are. Berenvand, animating between the sticks, quite rightly furious with his defence there. New Zealand have put one back against Belgium, by the way, in that game, so final hurrah for them. But you're right, it's really poor, and I think you're right, panic setting in for that Iran side. They're just not really able to keep hold of the ball at all, and haven't been in the second half. They need to push players up, because they're sat so deep that they can't make the ball stick when they clear their lines. Again here, 7 players all around the ball inside the Iranian half, as they have the ball with their centre half in Arabia, and it's been a struggle really for them to try and make it stick, especially when they push forward into Egypt's half.
Time has continued to tick, as it does, and I've got 6 minutes of the 90, a little less than that actually. 6 minutes of the 90, and whatever stoppage time is added on. New Zealand pull one back, which meant that Egypt went back to the top. They forgot to defend, because they've immediately conceded, and Belgium have got a fourth, and that means that Belgium go back to the top within the space of what? That was around about 2 minutes from the pictures that we saw. Independent, unofficial off-tube studio commentary. As far as this game is concerned, it's 1-1, and after 14 minutes, I said it wouldn't stay 1-1, but in truth, clear-cut chances few and far between. They've all come the way of Egypt in the second half, but Beer and Van not really called into action, and that will be a disappointment to Egypt, particularly the way they've controlled this second half. They've certainly got into pretty good positions at times, and they might argue they've had better chances than perhaps I'm making out, but they haven't taken the lead. Another giveaway by Iran. It was inside the Egypt half this time. Maganlou with a terrible touch, and it's immediately coughed up possession. It's then hurriedly cleared by Egypt. I actually haven't seen if no, Trezeguet's playing in the left back position, because Rezian's got in behind him, but then it was a poor touch from Rezian. Then he's wrestled Trezeguet to foul. His intention's there, but the execution is not coming from Iran. At the moment, I don't know if Abou Fetou is on the field, so Egypt could still be down to 10 men.
It may well be so. It's been a bit of an uphill battle for both sides in the last 20 minutes. Egypt having had a lot of momentum, pushing forward, looking for a second goal to go ahead. Maybe, you know, they've made the 5 changes. You mentioned the injury, being down to 10 for a while now. Maybe fatigue setting in this third and final match of the group stages. Iran don't really look tired because they haven't really done much in the second half by way of attacking moves. Another long ball up top, and again it's aimless and easily defended by Egypt. If Egypt go on to nick a winner, you won't really feel too sympathetic towards the Iranians, because they've not played for a victory since they equalised in the 15th minute.
Yeah, handball given against Egypt though. There was a counter opportunity. 3.5 minutes of the 90. There will be stoppage time. Just saw Marmouche, the last sort of attack from Egypt, was playing on the left with Trezeguet behind him, which just gives me the impression that maybe Abou Fetou, now he's on the field, just seeing hobbling around. He just doesn't want to be in the left back position where he might get exposed, so he is a defensive number. He's soldiering on, but clearly he's carrying a knock. He was in the defensive line there, but it was a free kick on the halfway line, which Iran have taken short, and they're knocking it around. I did feel that Iran wanted a 1-1 draw as soon as they got back on terms, and that's the way it's panning out at the moment. They're playing against 10.5 men, but they haven't moved the ball from the halfway line for a minute. They're not desperate to get a winner. They think their current situation will be good enough. I'm not going to disagree with them necessarily. There's too much maths involved for my head. As time ticks down, little over 2 minutes of the 90. Ball played up to the edge of the box. Iran on the attack. Taremi 20-25 yards out. Maganlou over to the left hand side. Mohammadi immediately closed down. There's 5 in the box to aim for, and then Mohammadi has shown far too much to Zizou, who it has come off Zizou last, and it will be a corner. But there was 5 in the box to aim for, probably for the first time this game, and he made a bit of a mess of it.
He did, again, not clinical at all, and but a chance now from the subsequent corner from Iran. It'll be absolute scenes if they do score a goal here to secure their place in the next round of the competition. An in-swinging ball to come.
Rezayan towards the far post. Oh, it's a header off the crossbar. Is the keeper fouled? I think he is. The keeper's ended up on his back, and that was a real inviting cross, which of course attackers, defenders will go after. It's a great run and leap by 2 or 3. Taremi might have got the touch. I don't know how that's a foul actually looking at a replay. Taremi's won the header. It's come back off the crossbar. That shouldn't be a foul. He's got kind of caught underneath the ball. The fact that he's landed on by an Iranian is not the Iranian's fault. If he's given a free kick, it might be a goal kick, of course, but that's as close as we've come in the game.
Yeah, Taremi, I think, just wins it by head and shoulders ahead of the goalkeeper, Chaubert. I think if he stays strong, the goalkeeper, and then goes down, then he's got a case for a foul, but he's just retreating against 3 in white, then goes down under minimal contact and gets quite fortuitous that A, the header goes for the bar, and B, the free kick's given anyhow to spare his blushes. As you say, by far and away the closest Iran have come to a goal in this second half. It looks as though Yannick Bash is going to come on, the former Brighton winger, who scored that incredible bicycle kick a few years back now for the Seagulls. And he comes on to take centre stage in the final minute.
Yeah, I wonder who it's going to be for. It is the final minute, seconds left. By the time he gets on the field, it might well know. In fact, he's not going to be allowed to come onto the field, at least right now. Throw-in's already been taken. Egypt have it inside their own half. Of course, they were hit by an injury in the first half. It looks as though Abul Fetu is just starting to play as a left winger, and look a very, very dangerous left winger. Picked up, I think, a hamstring. 6 minutes of stoppage time we've entered. 6 minutes left then for Iran to hold on. They've just hit the crossbar, but really they have been hanging on in the second half. Hanging on in terms of possession and territory, not necessarily clear-cut chances as Egypt come forward. That's another silly foul. It was just obvious from Mahabi. Free kick to Egypt, only just inside the Iran half. But he wasn't pretending, and change is being made. And Mahabi, I think he made that challenge actually, in fairness to him, because they wanted to make the change. He is off, and Yannick Bash is on. 5 minutes of stoppage time remaining with that substitution, so there might be a few more seconds. Of course, Egypt don't necessarily need the win, so they've got possession. Maybe their legs are run. They are a sort of man down. But yeah, they're certainly going through to the knockout stages anyway. As just recycling the ball from right to left inside their own half. We might not get a winner, James.
We might not. Yeah, I mean, if you'd have told me that it had finished 1-1 after 15 minutes, I'd have laughed and called you a madman. But neither side have really. A Taremi header from the corner minutes ago, and a couple of half chances for Trezeguet and Marmouche. Now it's sort of really come any closer to a goal. Another yellow card. I think that about 6 now, dished out by the referee Simon Marciniak. See Taremi taken out there in the challenge. I think it's a long overdue yellow card for Lachine. Lasted a good 100 minutes now, including the additional time. And that is his first foul of the match.
His first foul, yellow card. He'll miss the next match. Of course, the cards get scrubbed after the group stages. I guess if you pick up a suspension before the group stages are finished, as the free kick comes into the keeper, he's out of position. Shot blocked. Second shot. It's in the back of the net. Iran have got a winner. Sorry, a second goal with 3.5 minutes of stoppage time to go. Shaber's made an absolute hash of things. There's all sorts of carnage going on. Pinball. It's hooked into the back of the net. Iran have been hanging on for 90 minutes. Might just have got the victory.
Well, that's what the World Cup's all about, isn't it? Absolute scenes there at the death for Iran. Stabbed in at the 3rd attempt following the free kick. I mean, they've been completely out of the game for the majority of this second half. They've hardly troubled Egypt, who have had all the momentum. And there's a pile-on with about 30 of Iranian persuasion, players, substitutes, fans, coaches, everyone's joining in the melee. It's the goal scorer who gets the plaudits. As you say, an absolute meal made of it by the goalkeeper, Chaubert. I mean, you'll hardly see a player make such a good start in goal, saving a penalty, making a good save, and then conceding 2 and being at fault, arguably, for both.
Yeah, he's of course he's a bit lucky for the header that came back off the woodwork a couple of minutes ago. Mentioned Iran have been hanging on, but I mean, they've hit the woodwork and now they've scored. They're really milking this goal, by the way. Shades have come out. It's an interesting celebration. The shirt was off, but understandable, really. But they're going to VAR it. I don't know. He's offside, actually. Basically, there's a player who looks as though he might be offside, but he doesn't actually touch it until he scores. But it was a shot that was blocked. By that point, he's probably onside. The keeper's punched the ball down and it's brushed an arm. This goal might actually get chalked off. I don't know what the VAR officials look for these days. Boots to the head, for example, not fouls anymore. This kind of thing. James, you've seen a few replays. What's your gut reaction? Goal or no goal?
Oh, I think there's a few cases to be made from an Egypt persuasion. Firstly, an offside against the number 6 for Iran, who challenging for the ball in offside position. He doesn't actually make the first contact. It's Shabir that punches the ball onto his head, that being an offside, I think, because of his involvement. Then it falls to another player in white. I mean, there are so many instances. He's onside.
No, not necessarily, because he's got to have 2 players. Usually you assume there's a keeper behind the last defender. Now, the keeper's actually almost in front of Khalilzadeh, who's hooked the ball in. I think this goal's going to get chalked off for offside, you know. It is going to get chalked off for offside. Looking at defenders, of course, that celebration is a bit wasted now.
Put the glasses back.
He's going to feel a bit silly. I mean, it's really tight, but of course you automatically assume that the keeper's playing everybody on, but because he'd got himself in a right old mess a little bit downfield, we're talking half a foot, and I don't mean 6 inches, I'm a foot width, an actual foot, a boot. And yeah, I haven't seen the semi-automated or pictures or anything like that. Iran fans have can't believe it. There were ecstatic moments ago. Now they're almost in despair. 6 minutes of stoppage time have been completed, but of course we've had a couple of subs and as well as a VAR check. Khalilzadeh got a yellow card, obviously, because of a silly celebration. Long ball pumped into the box, flicked on by Taremi. Could be shooting opportunity. No, blocked by the legs of Egypt. It's come out for Rehani. Rehani down the right hand side, shot, tight angle, blocked by Ibrahim. All of a sudden, Egypt's defence has fallen apart, but Ibrahim's got in the way. It's only a corner. That could have easily been a winner. Iran's attack has come to life in the last couple of minutes. Corner doesn't beat the man at the near post, but an extra minute of stoppage time has been completed. It's with Hardani after the corner taken short. Now a cross comes into the far post. Oh, it's another header that's come off the woodwork. Ezatolahi far stick. He's glanced off the route. How has he missed? The keeper, Shabir, is in all sorts of problems. I think he might have handballed it, actually. He didn't get the header right. He didn't meet it with his forehead. What has happened to Egypt's defence?
Oh, well, we mentioned panic situation for Iran for the majority of the second half. Egypt are all at sea at the back, and somehow they're going to come away with a point here. Seen a replay. Yeah, you're right, Rob. It's the keeper, because he makes such a meal of it. He actually bails himself out because he's ahead of the last defender and the furthest the ball attacker for Iran. So that goal not standing. The header, I think you're right, would have been chalked off for a handball anyway. So perhaps spared us another lengthy celebration for no cause. But Egypt now trying to see things out. That should be that. What an end to the game we've had.
Yeah, it's into touch for a throw into Egypt just inside the Iran half. As things stand, Belgium top the group with 5 points from Egypt. Iran in third with 3, but with, of course, 3 draws, 0 goal difference, which is better than others, as it's hammered downfield by Iran. They could have easily scored 3 in stoppage time. I don't know what they were doing for the previous 45 minutes or so, as it's hit long by Iran. One last chance, perhaps. It's down the channel, right hand side, but it's just going to slide into touch, and that is a throw into Egypt deep inside their own half. I mean, Hassan Hassan looks mightily worried as his tournament future is on the line. Iran long ball from the halfway line. Header won initially by Haney, but it's only out to the left-hand side. Mohammadi, who hasn't beaten his man once or put a cross in, has taken it back towards the halfway line, and the referee blows for full time. What an end to the game that could have been, but it has finished. Egypt 1, Iran 1.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.